What if I told you that my standard of a future woman is one that only 2 to 5% of them can possibly meet? I'm writing a book right now called Stop Simping and Start Winning. And a very big part of this book is setting your standards. And I tell people my standards, and they're like, you're ruling everybody out, you're ruling out a whole bunch of women. And that's the point. I don't need a harem. I don't need, dozens and dozens of women. I need one. And whoever out there can meet this standard has a good chance of being that one. Now I've dragged you along this far. Here's the standard. They have to have been through as much adversity and trial in life and won and overcome as much as I have. I have a therapist and others around who tell me that I'm in the top 5% of the U.S. population in this regard. And the reason why I came up with this particular standard is, of course, I'm a divorced man, and my former wife didn't understand the nuances and some of the more complicated portions of this past of mine. Which, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. I think it would be better if more people didn't understand the grueling trials and difficulties that I've had to overcome in my life. I certainly don't want most women out there to have been through a near-fatal traumatic brain injury like I have. I don't want people to have been raised in alcoholic families and abusive families like I was. I don't want people to go through career difficulties in jobs that are unfulfilling and being lied to like I have. The world would certainly be a better place if fewer people actually met this standard. But unfortunately, about 5% of the population does. And my previous wife did not understand some of the more painful and complex part of my particular background. And so that's why I insist that the future Mrs. will get that, and will have experience in overcoming that. I'm looking for the opposite of the damsel in distress. She's bailed her own ass out so many times that she's lost count. And I've had certain people tell me before that if I should ever be fortunate enough or blessed enough to meet this woman, it will be powerful beyond all recognition. Because you get two people who have just powered through the worst that life can throw at you. That's an unbeatable team. That is an absolutely unbeatable and undeniably power couple. Nothing will beat us. Nothing. And the other part of this is that she doesn't need to be a devoted Christian as well, just as I am. And that's the glue that will hold all of this together. So make fun of my standards all you want, but it's important to me. What if I told you I think more men need to consider things like this? They need to develop standards. They may not be as stringent as mine, but I think it's very important for men to have standards. And I think it's going to be a big part of my book. I haven't reached that part of the book yet. I'm still writing chapter 3 out of what will be 7. It's not going to be a monstrosity of a book. I'm not looking to write War and Peace. But men need to look for the women that are going to enhance them and allow them to build together something powerful and indestructible. And I think teaching men how to learn how to vet in this manner is going to be a powerful statement against MGTOW, which is men going their own way, red pill social media, and even feminist social media. Which, as I've said before, social media channels make billions off of us rage baiting each other. So yes, indeed, what have I told you? My standards can only possibly be met by about 5% of the population. And I've been asked about age. How old should this woman be? The number that comes in my mind on a regular basis is about 45, and I'm 53. But bear this in mind: in order to meet the qualifications to have been through this much in life as I have, a woman can't be 25 or even 30 and possibly have had the lifetime runway to have filled that much into their life. It's impossible. But 25 or 30, and I don't think even 35 is even long enough to have endured and to have overcome this much successfully. 40 might be getting closer, but the number that seems to strike in my mind is 45. And I imagine and dream about this woman all the time. And in my case, looks would be a bonus. And I happen to believe that I think I will get that bonus. But it's not mandatory. I would like her, like I said, I'm a 6 on a good day. If she was at my level, that would be fantastic. But she still needs to meet those standards, in particular: life adversity and a faith in God and Jesus Christ. So anyway, that's my personal version of What Have I Told You. I am filming the same day again. So it is Tuesday. Enjoy your Tuesday. Have a good night. Get ready for hump day tomorrow. And we'll see you later. Peace out, homies.